Welcome. We're here at Access, giving you access to me, my body. Hello.
Hello. So congrats on your upcoming tour. How excited are you to embark on this journey?
Well, I started working on, I toured 2 years ago. I did Moving Parts, and so I took the year off of touring to develop this tour. And I've gone through a lot of changes. So, I turned 30. I'm at my 3-year mark in my relationship. I'm working on my next album. So it's a good time to work on my next tour because the new jokes and the new songs are like a totally different thing than my past tours. Because I'm a new person.
Tell us what fans can expect to see on this tour.
Well, in my past tours, I think I've given, for example, in Skinny Legend, my special that's on iTunes right now, that's like 90% stand-up, and I love doing stand-up. But I found on my past tours, some people are coming to me for my YouTube series, some people are coming because they love Drag Race, some people are coming because they like my records. So this tour is going to be a little bit more, I'm focusing more on the music and more on costume and wig changes. Of course, it's still going to be Trixie Mattel, it's still going to be hilarious, but I really want to try to build, make it better and cooler and bigger, with bigger hair and smaller waists and, everything. Make everything better. You should always be trying to make yourself better. And a lot of these people, what I found on tour, most of these people have seen every tour I've done. So with that kind of loyalty, I feel a responsibility to be like, all right, what have they not seen me do yet? Mm-hmm. It's like in ages 3 and up, I tap danced, do moving parts, I played auto harp. It's like, how can I always put a hat on a hat?
So you're going to have a full band on this tour, which is something you haven't had before.
No, can't wait to meet them.
Tell us why you were deciding to have a band on this tour.
Well, I've never gotten to tour with musicians because, obviously touring with musicians costs more money. So I've never been touring on a level where you have extra beds on your tour bus and you can do with it as you please. And so because my new music on my album Barbara is a lot more sugary and sweet and hand clappy and rock music, I want it to sound more three-dimensional. And I love playing by myself, but it's playing with another person is always there's something really magical about it. And honestly, I missed out on it when I was young because I grew up so deep in the country playing guitar. My band was me and my grandpa playing guitar in the kitchen. So to get to play with other musicians is really cool. And when I started making my records, meeting other musicians, and some of them, their skill levels are so stupidly beyond. I just become super fans of the people that I'm playing with because they're so good. They're so good. Some people who play guitar are crazy. I thought I was great at guitar until I started meeting professional guitar players, and I was like, never mind. Well, however, I'm still probably the best drag queen auto harp player, so that's something.
That's definitely a title worth having.
Yeah, nobody's gonna try to take that from me because no one wants it.
And then the tour is going to be in so many places. Might there be any kind of cameos or pop-ups from any other celebrities or Drag Race stars?
You never know. This tour, if anybody's seen my past tours, I love video content. If I'm off stage changing wigs and stuff, there's always something on stage without me. And so we've been filming the videos for this tour, and the videos definitely have some superstar A-list drag queen cameos.
That's exciting.
Obviously, I used whoever's available to me. So did I force Katya to do videos for me for free? Yes, I did. And I'd do it again. And we had a full day shoot for one of these videos, and Katya's sitting backstage with no wig on, and she can do this thing that I think only old people like her can do, where you can sleep sitting up. So she's like, I love that.
And then, so your tour is kind of going along with your musical evolution with your song Yellow Cloud. How's it been artistically to make the changes in your sound?
Oh, it's fun. For me, I'm just a human blender, except when it comes to makeup. But I like to, whatever I'm envisioning for this work. So I had this idea for Barbara, the album, and I had this sort of 60s radio beach kind of music. And then I had this idea for the tour being called Grown Up, and sort of the marriage of this hippy dippy sensibility with this 60s retro doll look. And I started watching, I watched the first 3 seasons of The Brady Bunch again. I rewatched a bunch of Austin Powers. I really changed the type of music I started listening to. So listening to a lot more of the Turtles and Dusty Springfield and the Beatles, and I wanted to really transplant the work. Because Moving Parts, that tour was very the looks were very hippy dippy, bell bottoms, and I want this one to be more fun, short dresses and knee boots and stuff like that.
That's so fun. Speaking of outfits, what are some of the outfits you're planning on wearing on this tour? And can you describe kind of the aesthetic?
Well, this tour, it's been more of a process. So like I have my wig artist and I have my hair art and my costume artist, and we're having to build these looks together because a lot of them are planned as reveals. So that hair has to go with 5 costumes that might tear away. You know, like, and it's like, well, what's the hairstyle going to be? How can we get the fastest, most diverse costume wig changes without having to rip a whole thing off your head? Like in Moving Parts, I had to rip whole wigs off my head backstage and try to like glue them back on. So this tour, we're trying to be a little more like, how can we get these quick changes that will blow people's minds? You know, we're using things like magnets in wigs, magnets on costumes. You're really trying to like do the most.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see all of the different looks.
Yeah, because like when I was traveling with my other tours, when I was writing this tour, I went through and I looked at reviews of all my other tours, and the show reviewers always love the music and they always love the jokes. And then I never really get like a paragraph or anything dedicated to the wigs or the costumes. And I was like, I want this show to be the one where people are like, I can't believe how many costumes. I can't believe how many wig changes she did. Like I want people to leave talking about what were their favorite looks. You know, I want people, and I want to go to true reveals. Nowadays, a drag queen comes out in a tent, and you're like, I wonder if there's going to be something under there. I want these reveals to be like, oh my God, I did not see that coming. You know, I really want to gag people.
Like Violet Chachki, that moment on the runway. I feel like that's the vibe.
Total game changer, you know? Or I think one of the best reveals ever was that Gia Gunn All Stars 4 reveal, where it was a schoolgirl outfit that like ripped away. It would have never thought it was going to rip away. Or that Phoebe O'Hara one where I think she was a prince and then a princess. That was cool too.
That's awesome. And then, so what kind of merch is going to be available on the tour? Is there going to be anything new and exciting?
All new. Everything all brand new. I'm even going to have some fun step and repeat options. Like stuff, like that dollhouse from the tour, from the promo, which I had a custom dollhouse built for that picture. And I have 6 dollhouses in my home already, but I needed one big enough for a 6-foot-tall man to fit in. And all my dollhouses are like collectible, so I'm not gonna like put myself in this fragile dollhouse from the 70s. I'm thinking of taking that on tour and putting it in the lobby so people can like take pictures in the house. That'd be kind of fun. And then if you're VIP for the tour, there's gonna be some piece of Trixie Cosmetics that is only available to VIP that you can't even buy.
That's so cool.
So it'll be like a glitter that you can't get at a store. You can only get it if you sit front row at the show.